Good morning, everybody. Calendar week 47, a sudden change in the weather. It's been an unusually social November week at the Barracks this week. 3 friends of the Barracks came to visit. The nice man with the big digger came and did some light landscaping. I met up with a local, who gave me a bag of bread for the piggies and some snacks for the pirate. And all in all, I was having far too pleasant and busy a time to give much thought to the newsletter. So let's do a bit of a memory dump this week. Let's see then. I know I spent a lot of time raking leaves. I talked about this last week, and there isn't a whole lot more to add. The new leaf mould composter is totally full, and now also are all 4 of the regular compost heaps, and we're still not done. Filling a regular compost heap with leaves is an all-round bad idea. They don't really decompose very well on their own. They make a bit of a hard barrier of squashed but not rotting leaves, and slow the process down for everything else in there. I should be able to find some green stuff from somewhere to mix in, but I don't think it's going to be the easy solution of grass clippings. We had gone a few days without rain, and the grass was just starting to dry off enough to maybe get a mow in before the garden goes to sleep for the winter. But it rained somewhat excessively last night, so that might be it for the year. This week, it's all about doing whatever I can before it starts to winter properly. I don't think we're going to get snow this week, excuse me, but it's definitely going to see the temperature falling away with sub-zeros most nights. Which reminds me, I was hoping to get loads of wood in this week, but mostly that didn't happen. I have a couple of wheelbarrows inside, but I should try to get at least 20 or so more, warm and snug next to the oven as soon as I can. That might actually be the priority for the week. I haven't put the garlic in the ground yet. That's normally a last week of October sort of a job. If there are still a couple of weeks to give it a start, then it's probably worth doing. If it's just going to rot in the ground, then it isn't. I'll put 1 row in. If that's 60 cloves or about 10 to 12 heads, I think I can spare those. And if they do take off, then I'll be happy for it next year. Fences. All of the pig-sized holes have been double fenced, repairs have been made, and improvements abound. Food. This year, once again, I'm going to leave a lot of the root crops in the ground pretty much all winter. But this time I'm going to give them a hearty covering of straw for a bit of added protection. Also, in the garden over winter are quite a lot of very tiny spinach plants. They should be wild and vigorous by now, but since they've been in, they've never been treated to a few consecutive warm days without rain, and they're looking a bit sorry for themselves. There are at least a lot of them. Almost the entire winter cabbage family got eaten by deers. I caught them doing it a couple of times. It was too quiet around here and they got a bit bold. Real-time update. I just popped outside. It's 6:30 a.m. and it's snowing. It's exactly 0.2 degrees centigrade, 32 Fahrenheit out there. It's been raining all night and I don't want to go outside ever again. Autumn is glorious around here. Every pleasant day, of which there are way more than of the unpleasant variety, feels like a beautiful treat. The sun, low in the sky, warms in that immediate, personal way during the day, and at night the dominance of Cassiopeia in the northern pitch-black sky is a welcome marker of clear nights and cool air as the seasons progress. Until the weather turns super nasty, it's absolutely fine to wake up in the cold, brush your teeth and have a nice cup of tea, because by 10 a.m. it'll be mostly glorious out there. It doesn't have anything to do with temperature. You know that by the late afternoon you'll have done a good day's work, can come inside, make a fire and have a pleasant evening. Winter, at least the first 2 or 3 months of it, is similarly life-affirming and glorious. Put a hat on, go be productive. But this week between the two is a particularly violent adaptation which, if you're not ready for the first day of it, can really dull the mood. This is the first day when I regret not having made a fire yesterday. In autumn the options are fire or early bed, and neither of them have much of an influence on the following day. In winter it's fire 24/7 or grim things happen. The realization that my day is going to be kind of unpleasant has just knocked the wind totally out of my sails. It'll only be this one day. Tomorrow will be fine. I'm going to get wood in, turn into winter mood, and celebrate the good days when they come. But for now, the abrupt ending of this newsletter is upon us. Keep warm, be lovely and take care of each other. All my piratey love, the Pirate Ben. Your loving Pirate Ben. XO. XO. And postscript. Some updates from newsletters pass him. A soldier in need of a hat is called Wilhelm, and the sun sets in Helsinki. For those without a German background, Will means once and Helm means helmet. So Wilhelm doesn't mean man who wants a helmet. It's a joke, and a bad one. Sun sets in Helsinki. Hel means light, and Sinki kind of means sink, I suppose. So it's where the light sinks, in Helsinki. Oh dear, I apologise. And from a couple of weeks ago, where I asked what was different with the side of the big house, there used to be a damn big tree growing up the side of it. I always thought it was a cherry, but it never flowered, and many thought it was a maple. Well, I had to cut it down because it was being a bit worrisome with the windows and high winds. Now I've seen the wood, I'm still not sure. That's how good an arborist I am. I've not put in the newsletter, I'm just having a think. The grain is really tight, like really tight. There's no way. Actually, maples grow quite slowly as well, don't they? But it's really red, and the bark is deeply rivulated in the way that you wouldn't necessarily expect. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what it is, and I'm waffling, and I'm not going to record this all over again. So apologies. I'm going to hit stop right now. Your loving Pirate Ben.